If you are learning English and want to get better at listening, speaking, and saying words clearly, you're in the right place. This story is great for practice. You can listen, pause, and say the words after me. Today, I will tell you a story about my short trip to the countryside. It is a place where life is slow and nature helps you feel calm. I will also explain any hard words, so don't worry. Are you ready? Let's begin. 2 weeks ago, I felt very tired. No, I didn't hit a real wall. Hit a wall is a saying in English. It means your brain and body feel like they cannot go on. You feel tired, sad, or stuck. That's how I felt. I was tired of everything. The noise, the screens, the fast life, even my phone felt too loud. I couldn't think clearly. I couldn't sleep. Every day felt the same. One night, I met my friend Claudia for coffee. She looked very calm and happy. I asked, "What happened? You look peaceful." She smiled and said, "I went to the countryside last weekend. Only for 2 days, but it changed me." I laughed. "The countryside? That's just cows and trees." But she said, "No, it's quiet, it's space, it's what your mind needs." That night, I lay in bed and kept scrolling on my phone, but nothing was interesting. I felt heavy. Even music didn't help. So the next morning, I booked a small guest house in the countryside for 2 nights. I was not excited. I was still tired, but a small voice inside said, "Maybe this will help." I took the train in the afternoon. I brought snacks, music, and a book, but I didn't use them. I just looked outside the window. First, I saw roads, cars, and big buildings. Then the view changed. The buildings got smaller. The roads became quiet. The city slowly disappeared. After 2 hours, the train stopped at a small station. It was quiet and far from the city. This is called a rural area. It means a place with farms and nature. Not many people. I got off the train. No cars, no noise, no busy people. Just clean air and silence. I walked on a small road with my bag. I heard birds and the wheels of my suitcase. I saw wooden fences, tall trees, and a brown goat eating grass. After 10 minutes, I reached the guest house. It was small and white, with flowers in the windows. A sign said, "Welcome, take your time." It made me smile. The owner came out. She was a kind woman with short gray hair and a scarf. She said, "You must be Crystal. We were waiting for you." She showed me my room. There was a soft bed, a small window, and stone walls. No TV, no noise. I put my phone down and didn't use it again. Then I sat on the porch. A porch is a small area outside a house where you can sit. There was a light wind on my face. The air smelled fresh. For the first time in weeks, I felt free. No messages, no noise, just sitting and breathing. The next morning, I didn't wake up to an alarm. I heard a rooster. It was loud, but funny. The sun came through the window. I stretched. I felt like I really rested. I walked outside without shoes. This is called barefoot. My feet touched the wet grass. It felt cold and fresh. The grass was wet with dew, tiny water drops in the morning. It made everything shine. I walked slowly. Behind the guest house was a dirt path. A dirt path is a small road made of soil and leaves. Not cement. I followed it. I listened to my steps. On both sides, there were big fields. A field like this is called a meadow. It has flowers and green grass. In the middle of the field, I felt small but happy. The wind moved the grass. Some cows were eating slowly. This is called grazing. They eat without hurry. Watching them made me feel peaceful. I walked more and saw the small farm. A man was picking strawberries. He placed them in a basket. The smell of the earth and sun was all around. I wanted to stay in that smell forever. The man waved. "Try one," he said. I did. It was warm, sweet, and fresh. His name was Peter. He and his wife lived there for 20 years. "People come here to breathe," he said, "to feel quiet again." I said thank you and walked more. Birds sang. Leaves made a crunch sound under my shoes. That's the sound dry leaves make. I felt the earth, not just saw it. I stopped, closed my eyes, and took a deep breath. "Time is slow here," I whispered. Or maybe I stopped rushing. I walked back to the guest house. My shoes were dusty. The wind still touched my face. I smelled food, warm bread, something sweet, and herbs. The door was open. The owner was there again. I later learned her name was Maria. She smiled and said, "You must be hungry." She took me to the kitchen. The table was small and wooden. A flower was in a glass. The food looked perfect. There was fresh bread, strawberry jam, and soft butter. She gave me a cup of milk from her cow. It was creamy and warm. She also gave me tea with chamomile and mint. "This tea helps you relax," she said. She asked, "Tea or milk?" I smiled. "Both, please. Today feels special." She nodded. "It's all from our farm. Nothing added. It's natural." And it tasted full of love. Simple and rich. After breakfast, I stayed there. I watched the sunlight on the floor. I didn't check my phone. I just listened to birds. Later, I walked around the village. I didn't have a plan. To wander means to walk with no plan. Just follow your feet. A boy kicked a ball. A farmer rode a bike with eggs in a basket. People walked slowly, not lazy, just not in a rush. That evening, I sat on the same porch. The sky turned gold. The cows walked slowly. Birds sang soft songs. I just sat, not because I was tired, because I wanted to enjoy it. With every breath, I felt better, like something heavy inside me became light. That night, I slept deeply. No dreams, no stress, just peace. In the morning, I packed my bag. Maria gave me a small package. "For your trip," she said. "Something sweet and something to remember us." Inside were 2 slices of bread, a small jar of jam, and a note. "Take your time. The city can wait." On the train back, I watched the countryside go away. Fields became roads. Roads became buildings. But something inside me had changed. Back in the city, everything was loud again. But now, I felt the difference. In the village, people looked at the sky. They listened to the wind. They smiled at strangers. They didn't rush. They lived inside time. And that changed me. So if you are listening to this on a train or at work or while looking at your phone, remember this. Your mind needs quiet. Your body needs rest. Your heart needs space. Even if you can't go to the countryside, you can still bring some countryside into your life. Slow down. Go outside. Turn off your phone for a while. Because peace is not something you find. It's something you remember. And once you remember it, you can keep it with you. Your journey is not over. Keep learning English with the next video. We picked them just for you.